Yet the mistakes right now are really hurting the team. So, Ninko, I want you to, you're a veteran leader on that team, and you're just sitting with him one night, the two of you, the last guys in the building, and what are you saying to him right now?
In certain instances, I love the aggression. I love you taking the shot at the end zone. I love everything that you're doing as a football player, but we got to have some points in the red zone. In this last game, they had 9 red zone drives. They had 0 points out of those drives. They were in the red zone 9 times, no points. So in those situations, especially in the fourth quarter, if it's not there, just throw it in the 5th row of the stands. Take the 3 points, because if you take the field goal points that when you're in those situations, you're going to win the football game. You're going to. So the aggression and taking your shots at the end zone, I love it. But you have to be smart in certain situations, especially the fourth quarter, because the whole team is relying on you protecting the football. The defense is doing their job. You have the opportunity to put points on the board. You got to get 3 in those situations.
This is what's so complicated, you know, because Rex was in here this week talking about how he handled Mark Sanchez, all those great teams you were on. But here's the difference. You guys weren't counting on Mark Sanchez to win you the games. You're asking, they're asking, we're asking Josh Allen, win the game, but don't lose it. And that's very different than don't lose it and let other people win it. How do you do that?
Well, first of all, come on, John Starks. You don't keep shooting. Sometimes you got to pass, or sometimes you have to say, you know what, we live to fight another day. And it's a difference between being aggressive and reckless. And some of those throws were reckless into cover 4, understanding that you have to see it. This ball has to be up by the goalpost if you're going to throw that ball. And you have to understand, and I compare it to Brett Favre. We always talk about how great Brett Favre is. He has, his touchdown thrown, but also he's the leader, I believe, in interceptions.
He is.
So you have to make sure that it's a fine line. Aaron Rodgers is aggressive, right? He's one of the best with not turning over the football.
Ever.
So you have to refine it, and they have to refine it. That's part of his maturation process as he learns to be a veteran and still a great player. It's a very great player.
That's the question, Danny. Here's the question to me. He's 26 years old. So is he going to ever, if he could be Brett Favre. And Brett Favre had one of the greatest careers of all time. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no shame in having the career of Brett Favre. But it feels like there's another level he could take it to, and his team could win a whole lot more. Can they get him there?
Yes, and here's why. This is not a pattern of behavior from the start of his career, right? Like, Hembo sent me a stat before the show. Josh Allen threw 62 touchdowns in the red zone before he threw his first career red zone interception. So this is not something that's always been an issue. We're talking about a couple of weeks here where it's been a problem. Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator, is in his 4th year there working with Josh Allen. He knows the player. Right? So, if it can get fixed, the right people are there to help fix it, and the right relationships are there to work to get it fixed.
I also see sometimes when the play is broken down and he's outside the pocket, that's when he puts himself in those situations.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.